So, Korede, the last time we spoke on this podcast, was it during the podcast or our conversation after the podcast? Anyway, sometimes you indicated to me that you are a Christian. You are from Christian home. Okay. So I want us to start from that area, because see, in the last few years, I've seen people in where we are, London, young people in particular, not only denying religion, okay, but saying negative things about religion. Now, truth be told, I did that too. Okay, I did that too when I was young. But I also did a lot of study. I was into religion, into Christianity. Okay, I stopped being a Christian at the age of about 25. Okay, but before then I was into it full long. Okay, so today I admire the values, okay, I learned in Christianity. And when I say I've seen a lot of young people, including my daughters, okay, and one thing I keep telling them, if before you say you don't like something or it's not for you, you need to know what that thing is. And I've noticed that they don't know what that thing is. They don't know what Christianity is. Okay. They just hear it's something old, and in our era, we don't do old things. Okay. So, see, I want you to tell my audience how your Christian background has shaped your worldview.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, that's an interesting question. I think when I look at my faith and how it affects how I see the world, I first of all see everything from a biblical perspective. I see things from the eyes of the founder of my faith, as it were.
Okay.
Right. So
Jesus.
Yes, exactly.
That great guy.
Jesus. Exactly. So I see everything from that first perspective, and the first message is love. Right. And okay. So my first the first way I look at the world is from the eyes of love first. I have to introduce a version of love like everywhere I go, really. But my understanding of love is through action. And so a lot of people see love as a feeling, and that isn't what my faith teaches. Absolutely.
Okay.
You know,
interesting.
Love is an action. It says, "For God so loved the world that He gave." So the first and foremost thing for me is I see the world from a perspective of I should love my brethren, my neighbor, the person next to me. That also means people that don't agree with me. It also means I'm open to conversations, because that's
why you love me. That's good.
It doesn't matter whether we agree or disagree, and that is what I think as a generation perhaps we're losing. If someone doesn't agree with you, we struggle to get along with them. If someone doesn't see things the way you see it, and that's not, I don't think, love. You know, love is, despite those things, we find a way to get along. But then that love leads me to action, and for me, that action has found itself in the version of Vemoye first and foremost, because I see a need and I want to reach it. I think the second part of that is that it has shaped my why. You know, a lot of people are always looking for purpose, looking for something. to latch onto, right? Because as humans, it's just such an innate desire to have something greater than ourselves.
Exactly.
And so faith, it gives me that, and so when I look at my why, I see it from the perspective of Christ, from the perspective of God, because if I do things based on human beings, will be consistently disappointed. Like, I'm sure of it. And so if my desire is to please man, to please humans, to get human approval, we've seen it happen again and again. They love you and then they pull you down. That's what the world does. And so if you think like that, it makes you afraid to try and step out and do anything. But when you realize that your why has nothing to do with the world, then you're more fearless, as it were, because you're not doing it for human approval. And that has really helped me, because one of the biggest problems I had when starting Vemoye was I'm a diasporan. Like, what do I have to give? Nobody wants to hear from me. The continent doesn't want to hear the diasporans speak. All they think is that we have things so good here, and so how dare we come and say something about Africa? And it really stopped me until I changed my perspective. I was like, no, I'm seeing this from a space of faith, and has nothing to do with a particular human being. It has to do with what I believe I'm sent to do. So that's my perspective of how I see the world based on faith.
And I will tell you, I like that. Okay. Even though I would never force my daughters to be religious, I still want them at least understand what that is.
Right.
Okay. And like you said, many people in this era don't have anything to hang on to. There's nothing. Well, I wouldn't say that. Let me correct myself. They have left God and they are grasping to something else.
Right.
Okay. And for me, it's exactly what is going on with young people, climate change, all these social issues they are grasping onto. Now, am I saying those things are not important? No, but the way they are holding on to, like, it's death, life and death. Okay, and it doesn't allow them actually to step back and listen to other people. Okay, it's as if once you have a different view, no matter how small the difference is, you become instant enemy.
Exactly. Hate enter the chat straight away. Like,
it's crazy. Right? It's crazy. So I appreciate your faith. And it's the same faith is still the fulcrum of what I do, even though I'm not a believer like you.